Hi, this is Kimberly. Please enjoy our podcast, but remember our doctors are only here to educate, not diagnose. If you have any questions or need any further information, please email me. My email address is kim@mfwellness.org.
We are back, hopefully with some significantly less beeping this episode than last episode. I hope everybody knows that I have been getting yelled at nonstop for about 10 days, and I just want to apologize to everybody for all the beeping. And I know that I've talked to some patients who don't care at all about the beeping, but I've been told that it is important. So I just want to say sorry about that.
Yeah. Probably because they've heard post-editing beep.
That's exactly.
They don't realize exactly.
Like, where's that coming from? Beep. Like, there's the beep of the phone, and then there's what comes out of Kimberly's mouth, right. And that's got to be edited down.
Yeah, that's me, all right.
Okay, so once again, we send Kim out into the wild to continue our mission of helping you, our patients, find some activity for you and your family. And we send Kim out and we're like, Kim, go take the tranquilizer gun and capture someone who's in charge of stuff. And so she did an excellent job. This week, we've got Mike Lueck with us, and he is the Director of Parks and Recreation for the city of Wentzville. So our second Parks and Rec guy for the year. And so we have our way. We'll just have them in here in like a rotisserie.
Let's go.
I think it's the coolest thing, man. When they meet the people who are behind the parks, it really puts a face on it. So
glad to be here.
And he's here to talk to us about that really, really, really cool facility that they've got going up. And if you've been down Wenceville Parkway, you
can't miss it.
Even if you are,
you have to purposely not be looking
That's right.
to the east.
Right, or you think maybe you're at Sam's Club, but you know you're at this facility.
Yeah.
Right. So just an awesome looking facility going up over there. And so what that is the Wenceville. Say it again for me, Mike. It's the
Wenceville Rec Center.
It is the Wenceville Rec Center. So you think a building that big, it'd be like some space name, but Wenceville Rec Center. And so Wenceville Rec.
Now they're just calling it the Rec Center.
The Rec Center, because it's
with
gonna
the
dwarf.
W.
Yeah,
with the
it's going to be.
Yep.
That's really great.
That's part of our branding.
I'm
love
digging
it.
it, man. I'm digging it. You just throw W's on stuff everywhere, and then that's like that.
Just a
makes
good
whole
time.
Yep.
It is.
That's right.
It is.
Right.
So Mike has been there down in Wentzville since 2014. And he's got 27 years of experience in local government. He uses to improve the quality of parks and recreational facilities and programs for the community. And that's why we want him here so bad to talk to us today. So we're super pumped. So thank you very much. It's holidays. You got that building come along. Thanks for making time to come down here. We really appreciate it. And I know our patients are, because we about half of this practice. No, I think it's 60-40 are west of this facility. So they're right at your doorstep. So we're going to pepper him with questions. But before that, we have to get all the background information out of the way. You went to high school where?
I went to high school in Ord, Nebraska.
Okay. And then college?
At Mizzou.
Missouri, ladies and gentlemen. So that's our fourth grad that we've had.
There's a lot of us out here.
That's right. I love it. Good for you.
It's better than KU, I guess.
That's right. He's legally required to do that.
Sure.
He's
They take
required.
my lemonade card if I don't.
Yeah.
So, and then he's got a master's from Western Illinois.
Yep.
Right? That's awesome,
right.
man. And then he's been a certified Parks and Rec exec since 2017. And so, like I said, 27 years, man. And then he graduated from Mizzou in 92, so before the Thirsty Turtle then.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so the actual name of the project?
Yeah. The Wenceville Rec Center.
The Wenceville Rec Center. That's fantastic. Okay.
And we could have mentioned it's off of the Parkway, but can you explain exactly where it's located?
Yeah, the Parkway makes a big bend from Highway 70, so it's on the east-west portion of it. In fact, the development right next to us is called the Bend Development. So,
Oh my gosh.
it's right up there by Wenceville City Hall. The law enforcement center's up there. We got kind of a little campus going on.
Yeah.
Municipality.
Yeah, I hate to tell you it's right next to this because there'll be something new going up tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Right, exactly. Well, even that City Hall's
Yeah.
only 4 years old.
Yeah, I like how it looks like a RoboCop kind of
Yeah.
top to it. That like spy,
Yeah.
like that's a robot thing. It's right by their building is right by the building that completely copied our outside exterior. That Nietzsche board. Yeah, I thought, no one's gonna have this. We put it on our building. I
I know
throw
what
it
you're
down.
talking about. Yeah.
Those guys over the Chase building copied us completely.
I'm sure that's what they were
Thinking of it.
Probably in their national headquarters.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
They were like,
Sure.
hey, we saw.
What's Midwest
we see
Family
this
Wellness
building
doing?
going up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
right. I heard him talking about it. Playing his
At the
own.
meeting, you're like, guys, keep it down.
Playing his
If
own.
I hear about it, I have to say something. All right, very good.
And then, what is the objective of the facility? What is it going to do for the community?
Well, it's like a lot of the rec centers out there, but yet it's got its own uniqueness as well. Obviously, people are always looking for an opportunity to get out and get engaged in doing something
Yeah.
physical.
Right.
You know, City of O'Fallon back in 2001 started a conversation about what was needed for recreation needs, and it was going through a plan basically to look at what they needed for facilities, and all the way back in 2001, there was a need for, or an identified need of hey, we need some place to get indoor and swim. We need some place to have indoor sports and stuff like that. And the city of Wenceville has Progress Park Recreation Center, which a lot of folks don't realize. But it's very limited. It does not certainly provide a year-round experience, especially if you want swimming and those types of things. And so that was something identified all the way back in 2001. And then 2016-17, we went through another master planning process, looking at what were the needs in the community, and all those things came back out almost identical. There was one additional need that was pushed out in the 2017 study, and that was that we need to do something with our seniors. The Wenceville Senior Center, the Green Lantern Senior Center.
Yeah, I've been there before. Yeah.
Very, very old facility. It certainly doesn't meet some of the ADA standards and things like that. It's just it's an old historic building, and those folks were needing some space, and so that was fleshed out in the 2017 approach that, hey, maybe we ought to look at putting all these things together. So I think one of the things that we talk about internally is that we kind of have recreation services cradle to grave. Again, if you're
That's cool.
if you're a young family, you know, we can get your kids involved at infants or toddlers for sure. You know, splash and play classes, mommy and me classes, those types of things. And then on the complete other end of the spectrum, if you're interested in, you know, an active older adult that wants to get involved in sports, we've got those. If, you know, fitness, we got those types of programs. But if you just want a place to come in and sit down and have a coffee with some friends and socialize, the senior component is a part of that building now.
Holy cow.
Again, we cover the full spectrum, everything in between. I think the other thing that's very unique about our facility is that, you know, we've got a great partnership with Linwood out there. They're actually
That's their hockey thing, right?
well,
Down the street.
they had the ice arena, and as a part of purchasing the ice arena a few years ago, the city also provided some space in this new facility. So they'll actually have some of their extension classes. So if you're pursuing a advanced degree, or if you're pursuing some, you know, extra skills outside of your work, maybe there's some things you need to brush up on, they provide those classes in our facility.
Oh man,
So,
that's
great.
really cool.
yeah,
That's
so-
really cool.
That's really
So it's
awesome.
definitely combining like Green Lantern and Linwood had their little used to have
Yep.
their little spots, so
Yep.
it's all coming into
all
one.
in one building.
Oh, they're moving all their stuff right
all
down
in
there.
all in one building.
God, that's
So we
awesome.
got everything in there from little kids class. I think the other thing that's very unique about our facility is we were working on a partnership with a major healthcare system, and then COVID kind of put the brakes on that. Obviously, you know, there's a bit of a financial impact to the healthcare
man.
world. Everybody knows that. They kind of need to pump the brakes a little bit, and so the city said, let's look at repurposing the space a little bit. Not that we want to eliminate that out, because I think we'd still like to pursue that partnership at some point in the future, but what's come out of that is what we're calling the Creative Suite, which is everything from esports. I didn't know that
Yeah.
game,
That's a
you know,
big thing.
Oh,
that gaming,
scholarships.
yeah, you go to college,
college
get scholarships on that.
Yeah, sure.
When they're talking, we went up and saw the Mizzou facility, and they were talking about, you know, they have film study
that
rooms.
That thing
and
is ridiculous.
my head, being a former
That-
football player, just went poof because I'm like,
that facility that they're building.
What are you
these
talking
kids-
about?
That they're building for these kids. It's out of control. I went up to see that two or three years ago,
Yep.
and I was like, jealousy is the word.
Yep.
And I'm like, then it was, I'm going to beat these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's one of those things where, you know, I just didn't know that those opportunities were even out there. But that's a part of that. But we're also, if you have an interest in, you know, you bought a drone a couple years ago when everybody was buying the little drones, you want to learn how to fly those, use those types of things. We've got everything from that to the arts to you name it. All in one
Man,
facility.
that is so cool.
To me, what we're pushing is get out and be active.
That's
I don't
it.
care what it is.
Doesn't matter.
Not everybody plays,
Right.
you know, soccer or baseball or whatever.
Right.
But what is it that you want to do?
Yeah.
And we are trying our very best to put those services.
It's such
right there
a
for people.
big deal. Like if COVID taught us anything,
Right.
especially at this facility, we're seeing people hurt with stuff that we've never seen before, and it's 100% a consequence of 18 months of sitting at their desk.
Yep, and from our
being
end-
trapped and like not being so much, even from being scared to go outside. Like, that's what we're seeing.
From our end, I mean, we saw the exact same thing when, people were talking about closing playgrounds and stuff like that. People just went, wow, why?
What?
I need a place for my kids to go.
Right.
What do you mean we're closing our trails and stuff like that? And for a while, there was a bunch of that. I mean, nobody had ever gone through a pandemic before,
right.
So all uncharted territory for us. But one of the things we learned was how important and how critical our services are to the quality of life or the overall emotional well-being of people in our community. I think that really got hammered and was drove home at that point. So, it's one of those things. We're excited. It's a great new facility. I give credit to the mayor and the board because they really had to kind of step out there a little bit.
They sure did.
When you're looking at facilities like this, it's not an easy decision, but we got there. So
yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm really proud of you guys. It's gonna be awesome.
It's starting to look a little unique. You get inside and start walking around, starting to feel. Before it was all metal studs and things like that.
Right. Just the steel.
Now you're starting to get things in place and windows on the building and things like that. So it's really starting to feel like building.
You mentioned all the different activities and things are going to be available. Is there something in particular that you feel like is the coolest thing that's going to be there, or maybe something that other rec centers don't have?
Well, I think to go back to one of my comments a little bit earlier, a lot of the recreation centers, whether you're talking about the Recplex, the Renaud Center, there's a bunch of them in the metro area. They tend to be heavily focused on the sports side of things, so very active. And let's face it, not everybody does that. I've got a teenage daughter, moved off to college this year. And while she played sports, she was also a person that was very engaged in the gaming side of things and those types of things. And I knew a lot of her friends that didn't do any of the sports, and that was their focus. And so I think one of the things that's unique about this is that we really focus on items that are non-sports. We talked about the esports for a long time in one of our board meetings, and everybody was so excited about that. And it's really a small portion of what we're trying to do in that whole creative suite, because it's we're going to have engineering classes out there for folks that want to get into. Believe it or not, you can actually find education classes for engineering type camp stuff that start like 8 years old.
Yeah. And my sons did it at the community college. They're through the roof about it.
Yep. So all those types of things, it's things that we keep hearing. Hey, we want some of this kind of stuff, and so we really sprinkled and put a lot of stuff in there. Now, some of it will grow, some of it may not grow as much as we expect, but in our business, we roll with it all the time.
That's it.
And again, if you look at what Parks and Recreation as a whole, it's not just the buildings, it's outside, a place that you can just take your dog and throw the ball, throw the ball around if you want, or go fly your kite, or just walk with your kids, or whatever. All those opportunities are out there. So I think we're unique in that we get beyond just the active side of things and really try to embrace anybody and whatever it is that gets you out of your house and off your couch and moving somewhere to do something.
Involved with the community.
The Weather Channel has a saying. It's called "Get Out into the Now," and it's one of the best things. That's like get out into the now.
Yeah,
get out.
Our industry is get out and get active.
Yeah,
so
it's just really cool.
It sucks that we have to see all these negative consequences of inactivity and being homebound before stuff changes. But man, you guys got your finger on the pulse of what the people need.
You get to be our age, what's the thing your doctor says every time you go in there? Hey, you need to get out, you need to lose a few pounds, you need to you just walk a little bit,
Just walk.
Just walk a little bit more.
We scream it. And so you're like, no, just come here. Just look, go see our guy. Mike's at the front door. He's got a pamphlet. There's like about 400 rooms in there.
I'll go with you.
Man.
Is it open to anyone?
Right. The way we do our passes and stuff like that, we're not a membership driven, so anybody can just walk in if they want. But typically, the way we price our services are based on residency versus non-residence.
Right.
So,
Which is a lot of
same as your hunting permits.
Yep. I didn't think about that, but if you're under. But yes, it does tie to residency. So obviously, Wenceville residents get a little bit of a price break, and those that live outside the community pay a little bit more. But again, I think we're fair with our prices. It's as we look at the market out there, whether you're looking at YMCA's or whatever, we're right in the ballpark. So
cool.
It's
Are you gonna do like this gets you through the front door, and then there's other stuff?
Yeah, what we do with it is our one price covers anything that's open to the public at that time.
Okay.
So, obviously our pool's not open every hour of the day.
Right.
There's limited times. So you make your decisions on when to come and what's available at that time.
Right.
If there's something that there's our fitness classes that's huge right now is our pound class. If you want to take the pound fitness class, that probably has an extra fee that goes with it.
Right.
So
Right.
your membership helps us open the door, pay the light bills and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But if you're taking those extra services, there's an extra fee with that type of stuff. But if you're just going to come in, you're an adult, come in the middle of the day, say, hey, I just want to walk on the track, come on in. One price, and in the door you
You're
go.
gone.
So
How long is your track? 1/8?
we've got 2 loops on it, so it's a little bit unique. One of the unique features about our track that's not anywhere in the St. Louis metro area right now is it actually has an incline. So you can actually go down, and it's interesting. It's got about a 3-foot hill on our track.
Whoa!
I've never seen that before.
So we've got a 1/8 of a mile loop, and then we have a 1/11, I believe, or
Wow.
1/13 of a mile. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's one of those things where you have some mobility issues and you can't deal with the terrain change, and you need to be on a flat surface. We got that loop there, but if you want something a little more challenging for your walk or your run or whatever,
That's
we got that
wild,
too.
man. I love it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before either.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What's outside over there on your campus?
Yeah.
Or is it just so much parking that there's no room for?
Right now there was 27 acres that came to us as a part of this development. And we've got some parcels right next to us that we see for future expansions in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But right across the street, we have our Heartland Park, which is...
that thing is out of control.
Yeah, so it's full.
I accidentally discovered that trying to cut through.
Yeah.
Is that the one behind like Snow?
Deerberg.
Yeah.
Deerberg,
Yeah,
yeah.
the soccer
Yeah.
field.
Yeah, that
soccer
place is
fields are-
awesome.
Well, that playground is like...
Yeah.
I
Playground.
stopped. It's
I
got
stopped
like
there
3
one
different
time,
zones.
Yeah, that's right.
What the hell?
I stopped one time because I saw a pelican in that
Lake.
lake there.
Yeah.
I stopped. I was like, "Is that a?" And it was.
Yeah.
Pelican.
Yeah.
They brought those in.
Yeah.
Those go to...
It's like swans with
Here
their
you go.
pelicans.
Mike doesn't quit. He's like, go get me the pelican. Like the intern's like, we can't have that.
Wish that's how it worked, but
Yeah, I know.
I think we'll let you take a goose with you if you want to take that one.
Yeah, if you can get your hands on it, I'll get your eyes plucked. Those things are just gnarly. Yeah.
But no, right across the street is Heartland Park, and of course you're familiar with the playground out there.
Oh, it's amazing. It's awesome.
I can go by there on the hottest day of the year, and there'll be 30 cars out there with moms.
Oh
and
yeah,
kids
and then
out there.
what floor do you have on that? That's not rubberized, is it?
It's a safety surface, so it's a tile. Yeah, it's a tile.
Yeah, it's awesome.
If you've ever seen it, it looks like a real thick tile that you might, or even a mat that you might see for some of your exercise stuff, but it's got feet on the bottom of it, so it's got a lot of squish to it.
It's really cool. The some of those in the early days of safety floors, it was the surface of the sun with black tar.
Yeah.
And so you could go there in the morning.
Yeah.
And you could go there in the evening.
I think we're starting to show our age because these kids don't recognize that stuff anymore.
The metal slide.
You go there during
Metal
the
slide.
day, you're gonna die. It's a pound of flesh.
So bad.
It's 1 pound of flesh to ride this slide.
These kids don't know what that is.
Oh man, it was just so hot.
Tornado slide, you could jump off.
God. Oh yeah, those are the best. You get that one kid walking up the poles with his hands.
I was that kid.
Yeah,
so.
broken arm. Yeah, I love it. Okay, outdoors, open to anyone. What else? What else do you want to know, Dr. Fink?
I feel like we've covered a lot of it. I think the best part is that we're going to be able to experience it here in
When's the thing?
sooner
When's it
rather
gonna
than
open?
later. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling folks sometime in 2022.
Okay, great. That's great. That's only next
We
month.
kind of know how that is.
It's only next month.
Yeah, we know. And we just built this building.
It could be
not
next
even a year
month,
ago.
a couple months from now, or it could be almost a year from now. So
Just filling the pool alone.
Yeah.
How big is that pool?
the pool actually has 6 lap lanes, and then there's a separate leisure pool. I don't have the total number of gallons in front of me,
It's
but
gotta be
it's
incredible.
going to be sufficient out there. You know what? Talk a little bit about some of the amenities in there, just because I know there's a few things we haven't. But we've got almost 10,000 square feet of fitness space there. So
Shoot.
I don't care if you're interested in cardio. If you can't find a treadmill there. I'm not sure what's wrong with doing it. You might want to open your eyes.
We don't know what a treadmill is.
Yeah.
That's cool.
A lot of fitness space in there, but we've also got an outdoor, what we call a fitness terrace. So we've actually trying to take advantage on the second floor. We've got kind of an outdoor space for some aerobics type classes, meditation type classes.
That's awesome.
That's incredible. That multi-purpose room on our end, original blueprints call for that to be opened up.
Yeah.
And then we realized we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So then we had to change.
Yeah. No. On the second
Nobody
floor-
told you no. I see.
Yeah,
that's
we have an area that's open, and again, it's not as scenic from up there as I thought it would be, but the good thing is it's an opportunity to be outside.
Yeah,
If
fitness terrace. Plus, who has a fitness
Yeah,
terrace?
yeah, it's
Not us.
They do.
Maybe.
Yeah, right. We could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've also talked. We've got our fitness patio, which is an outdoor space, and we envision a lot of our cross training activities out there. I mean, we've got a patio that's long enough you could do, resistance running, parachute running, that type of stuff on there. There's enough distance out there to do that kind of stuff. But
You got everything but the.
I think we got that too.
What are they What's the name of the tackle dummies? Like the 6 tackle dummies?
Oh yeah, we might have some of that.
You put
too.
those on fitness terrace? Heck yeah.
Kickboxing's coming back, so maybe there's
I saw that they're making a new the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I know.
Kickbox or Bloodsport?
Bloodsport. Bloodsport too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
really tight.
it's
know
so
about
we've
that
got
one,
we got three indoor group fitness classes. We can do everything. We got TRX, so the banded type stuff will be
For
in there.
functional rehabilitation,
Yep.
we love that.
Yep.
It is just an amazing system, and it does what gymnastics does, and that is it tightens up the joints, not just the muscles. You
Yep.
can be muscle strong all day,
Yep.
but until you're joint strong, that's really where it's at.
And
that system.
it introduces that being a kid again a little bit. I mean, who of us didn't, like to get on the swing or get on stuff that, bungee cords, which of us
Sign me
like,
up.
I do. That's right.
So, you guys have a climbing wall over there?
No, we do not.
Okay.
That's one thing that in some of the facilities that have those, it just doesn't. It appeals to a very, very small group of folks out there.
You know what? You're right.
And it's very niche. And so those places that have it, there's some things when we get into our, people want to see everything sometimes. And there's sometimes you just got to say, hey, the pie's only so big, and you don't want to split that.
You want to do what you do really well.
I don't want to take away from my friends over here.
Right.
They've got that market taken care of, and,
Right.
and that's really not our piece. So there are some of those
My
things.
guy
that
got everything else.
Yeah. But yeah, it's we talked about the pool before. We got 2 separate bodies of water in there. So if you just want to come in and splash with your little kids, we've got those slides, all that kind of stuff. But then we've also built a lap pool area, which is a little bit different. We got a lot of master swimmers out here that are looking for a place to come in, just get their swimming classes in or swimming their laps in. We've also got the high schools out here. I mean, Wenceville School District has 4 high schools right now.
I was going to say, it's math right now.
One brand new one.
And a 5th one in the plans down the road. So we know they're growing out there. And so we just looked at just trying to accommodate the swim teams and the practices out there. That was one thing that we heard from the community was that we need a place for our swim teams to be.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I didn't think
Because
about
a lot of
that.
these,
Oh, that's amazing,
They'll be able to use
man.
that, yeah.
Because, I mean, you got kids that go to school in Wentzville that have to go to St. Peter's to swim or something.
I was going to say that's the only one that we
Everybody
can think
is
about.
the
Yeah.
Recplex.
So,
Yeah, the Recplex is
so we worked with
In effect.
as old as me.
That's it opened in 90. I started there in 94. So yeah, it's been around for a while.
Old as Kim.
But still great facility. Still great facility and has a great need out there. But again, we were trying to help the Wenceville kids stay in Wenceville and stay active. And
It's just, it's massive.
Yep.
You mentioned treadmills and that, so I assume also any type of weight training equipment you
I
can think
love
of, free weights,
Olympic weights.
Free weights, if you want any of the new and latest great stuff, I think we've got at least one of them in there in that space. So
That's awesome.
the good thing I saw with our board as we were going through this, they were very energetic about making sure that we had opportunities for everybody in there. So again, if we've got folks that have limited mobility and we see probably some classes for seniors, it may just be stretching type things and things that just help you.
The Silver Sneakers.
Silver
Make
Sneakers
room for those
programs.
guys. They got a great program.
There's a bunch of those out there.
Yeah.
So we're working with those. Those programs all exist in our current system, but they'll expand with the new.
You can make the personal trainers fight each other. It's going to be like a sanctioned personal trainer.
Yeah. I hope not.
So
okay.
Well,
All right.
Glass everywhere. Got too much glass.
So will Wenceville have the opportunity to hire personal trainers or attendants or things of that nature for people that actually want to be more involved with working out?
Absolutely.
And they have no idea. It's like, I want to start this, but
Absolutely. I will tell you that we're getting ready to post positions even this month. The board just approved all of our budgets as of, tonight will be the approval. So we're fixing to turn all that stuff loose here in the next little bit. If somebody has an interest in it, reach out to me personally. Call our recreation.
Yeah, we got a lot of
department.
patients that are obviously really into fitness. So
Yeah, we've got some trainers on staff right now, but again, we go from what we have to a factor of 10 with this new facility.
Right.
So that's cool, man.
Yeah, and you
Good
guys,
for you guys.
and
I'm
you guys
so
know as well as
excited.
I do just how much it is that you've got folks that maybe that maybe more sports want to focus on something more to help their golf swing or
Right.
their issues with their back, whatever they're.
Yeah,
It
It's the rotary stuff that we see most often.
Yep.
You know?
So our intentions are to try to offer for folks like that. You've got other folks that may be more serious in the bodybuilding, the bigger stuff. I guess all those things we do when we're young, but again, another area to talk about. We've got soup to nuts for what people want.
God,
there.
I'm just so proud of you guys. That's wonderful.
Fitness
It's
is a big
wonderful.
deal. So
I can't wait to see it.
We're excited about it.
yeah,
Sure.
we are too.
Dr. Matt's right in
I live
Forestell.
I live off of Westmeyer, it's down that way.
Yeah, just
But
keep
yeah.
going that way till you're ready to mess up.
Yeah.
Ready to buy your pass. Come see me, and I'll give you the tour.
My boys love
Oh, we'll
swimming.
come take the tour. That
My
sounds
boys,
awesome.
my boys
yeah,
love
for sure.
swimming.
You'll be
and,
like, guys, please leave.
we're gonna,
I gotta go.
we're gonna absolutely buy passes because I think one of the best things for them is to exercise and get outside or be inside working out or doing something.
Right.
They
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
need
it.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I look at it. When we're kids, they're active just by their nature, right?
Right.
And somehow we lose that as time goes on. I don't think we lose it in our minds sometimes, but
I know, that's
we
right.
certainly lose it in our.
Still think we can do
That's
those
right.
things.
Judging from the patient load from this morning.
Doesn't
doing
end
all
up
that.
as well. But
Guilty.
I can't believe this doesn't work anymore. Like, I know how you feel.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
I know how you feel.
Yeah, but our goal is again just try and find ways to get people out because
That's it,
again I
man.
think if you just get out and do something again
That's
it
one
doesn't,
of our main goals here too.
It's it. That's
Yeah.
that's
doesn't have to
the
be in a
thing.
building.
The
Yeah,
thing.
it doesn't
you
even
know?
have to be in our building. Just do it in your
Get
neighborhood.
out.
Yeah,
That's it. I'm digging it. Well, thank you very much for your time. We will we'll absolutely be taking you up on your tour.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, for sure.
We'll just be impossible to be dug in like ticks. And anyway, so when this thing opens, I really hope everybody makes a chance to get over there and see the place. We really, really need to celebrate our respective cities' advances in getting people out there. And then if COVID is going to teach us a lot of stuff. But one of the most important things it's going to teach us is how important it is to get outside and get some activity. Mm-hmm. And big props to Mike and his team for making this thing happen. I'm really pumped. I hope to see everybody over there. And then we'll get you back on as you change your programs out or whatever you have any big announcements or something's coming up. We'll make sure we announce it to the 17 or 18 people that listen to this thing. It's mostly our mom. Just
Listen,
it's our mom.
the week before the grand opening, we'll have a giant party.
It'll be great. We'll bust them over, man. And I would celebrate this more, but we have our own 1,000 square foot room. But it really wouldn't even be the lobby. The friggin' lobby for the place that's huge. I saw you when you walked in. You looked in there and you didn't laugh. So I'm really grateful. You're very humble.
I'm always looking for. To me,
Look at these jokers.
No. I like to see the type of activity space anywhere because again, it does not have to be in our building. It doesn't have to be even in a building.
Mm-hmm.
People just have to have a place to.
That's it. That is so in line, pun intended, with what chiropractic is. It's in its nutshell.
Yep.
Us giving you the ability to go do whatever you want. That's all we do here.
Yep.
And so it's just a wonderful way to make use of it.
Yep.
It's like we're mechanics and you guys are building the racetrack, but it's a really great racetrack, better than all the other racetracks.
Yeah, and it's one of those things I keep talking to my staff about. We've got to learn to practice it ourselves. I was fortunate or unfortunate enough to deal with a heart attack at 47. It was one of those things where I just stopped and double clutched and said, what am I doing? I work in a business that's great. Mm-hmm. I love this stuff. And I'm spending all my time sitting behind a desk. So when projects like this come along, I'm there every day because it gets me out of my office.
Just checking on the
That's right.
site, you're losing weight.
I'm walking around.
walking
Yeah,
that
I mean,
thing.
doctor's going good job.
Yeah.
Your steps are good.
Checking the site on this mother. This thing's a mile long.
I walk from one end to the other. Yeah, I get at least a third of my steps in per
What's
day.
the footprint of the facility?
The building itself is about 93,000 square feet.
God dang it!
To give you some comparison, if you know St. Peter's, without their second facility, they were 109,000 square feet. I think the Renaud Center, I was involved with that facility too. I think it's around 72,000 square feet. So we're all pretty close in size.
Yeah.
The difference in that is just trying to, again, put as many things in there as we can in some of our partnerships.
Shove it on. I love it. All right, Mike. Well, we are so grateful. Thank you for your time.
Yes,
and
you're welcome.
we'll be over there, I am sure. So, Dr. Maurer, anything for you?
No, I can't wait.
Kimberly?
Nope, I'm just excited to go see the tour.
You're
Did we
awfully quiet.
behave ourselves? and
You
not be
did. You
your
guys
podcast?
did really good. I'm really
You guys
proud
won't
of you.
believe the beatings we take off mic. It's ridiculous. Dr. Fink?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
on everything.
All right, so for Mike, for the doctors, and myself, we will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.
And a big thank you goes out to Hug Monster Sound for somehow allowing the doctors' voices to sound even better than they already do.